Okay, for what feels like forever, we've all heard the same thing, right? Great brands are built on great stories. But what if that's just not true anymore? What if that entire era is, well, over? In this explainer, we're going to dig into a really provocative idea that flips everything we thought we knew about brand building on its head. So let's just dive right in.
So here's the big question we're tackling today. Has brand storytelling, the thing that's been the bedrock of marketing forever, finally hit its expiration date? It's a pretty bold claim, I know, and it really kicks off with this one super powerful statement.
This quote from creative director Ray Inamoto it cuts right to the chase. The bottom line is this: we're living in an age where AI can spin up a believable story in seconds. So if anyone can generate a good story, what makes yours special? It means a good story isn't your secret weapon anymore. It's just the price of admission. It's the bare minimum.
All right, so if a great story isn't the magic bullet it used to be, then what is? To really get why the old way of doing things is falling apart, we've got to look at two just massive forces that have completely rewritten the rules of the game.
First up is speed. And I mean pure, non-stop, relentless speed. You know that old idea of carefully building a brand story over years, brick by brick? It feels kind of like a fossil now, doesn't it? Brands don't just grow anymore. They literally explode into the public consciousness.
And just get a load of how fast things are moving. Netflix, it took them a full decade to get to 10 million users. Instagram managed it in 3 years, which was mind-blowing at the time. And then there's ChatGPT. It got there in 5 days. 5. That's not just things speeding up, that's a whole different reality. There is no story, no marketing campaign in the world that can move that fast.
But it's not just about moving at light speed. What about the other old rule? Just throw more money at it, right? The thinking was always so simple. Whoever has the biggest ad budget wins. But, well, the numbers are telling a very, very different story these days.
Okay, check this out. This is the perfect example. Samsung spends almost 5 times more on advertising than Apple. We're talking billions with a B. And yet, who dominates the smartphone market? It's Apple, holding 4 of the top 5 sales spots. I mean, this says it all, doesn't it? Apple's success clearly isn't about outspending or out-storytelling the competition. It's built on something completely different.
So if it's not about telling better stories and it's not about having a bigger budget, then what is it? Well, it all comes down to totally rethinking what a brand actually is in the first place.
And here it is. This is the new playbook. A brand isn't a story you tell, it's a promise you fulfill. Simple as that. It's not about the ads you run, it's about the experience you deliver. Every single time. That is the big shift we're talking about.
Okay, that sounds great, right? A promise fulfilled by an experience. But how do you actually make that happen? How do you put it into practice? It really boils down to 4 key shifts in how we think and how we work. Let's break them down.
First up, the mindset shift. This is where it all begins. For so long, the first question has always been, what story should we tell? We need to scrap that. The new question is, what experience are we providing? Just changing that one question forces you to shift your focus from marketing slogans to the actual real-world reality of your product.
Next is the value shift. See, once you're obsessed with experience, the old way you think about growth just doesn't work anymore. We've all been taught about the purchase funnel, right? Shoving people down a pipeline toward a sale. The new way? It's an experience flywheel. It's a cycle that actually powers itself, all fueled by happy customers.
So how does this flywheel actually spin? Well, it all starts with having a genuinely great product. That product creates a fantastic experience for the user. Then, that great experience starts to circulate. People talk, they tell their friends, they stay loyal. And that circulation fulfills the brand's promise, which naturally pulls in new people, and the whole wheel just starts spinning faster and faster on its own.
Third, we've got the method shift. This changes what we're even trying to build. Think about Google versus ChatGPT. Google is amazing at solving a problem. You ask a question, you get a list of links. Boom, problem solved. But ChatGPT, it optimizes the interaction. It feels like a conversation. And that quality of the interaction itself, that's the new battleground. That's the new advantage.
And the fourth and final shift is about our ultimate goal. For so long, the Holy Grail was going viral, right? Getting that one big flash of attention. But that's fleeting. The new goal is to be vital, to become so useful, so indispensable that your customers can't imagine their day-to-day without you. And you don't get there with a gimmick. You get there by delivering a consistently amazing experience.
So you take all 4 of these shifts,
The mindset, the value, the method, and the relationship, and you put them all together. What you get is a brand new mission for all of us. It's a total rethink of what our job is even supposed to be.
And here it is. The new mission is not to build value. It's to circulate experience. Because if you nail the experience, the value just follows. It takes care of itself. That experience is the engine that drives everything else.
So this whole explainer really boils down to one last question, and this one's for you. Forget about the stories you're telling for a second. Forget about all the ad copy. Ask yourself honestly, what experience is your brand truly fulfilling for your customers right now, in this moment? Because whatever that answer is, that is the future of your brand.